Yeah, sure.
So you'll remember Jo Gregory. We're going to talk again now. And what I'd like to ask you, Jo, is given what's going on at the moment, the ever-changing landscape on a daily basis, what would your strategy be to recruiters to ensure they've actually got a desk after lockdown ends?
Right, okay. So I think it's harder if you're on furlough because you can't actively work. What you can do is watch things like this, and you can do training, and you can come up with you can start building a plan in your head, because when you get back to your desk, you're going to have to get out of the blocks at 1,000 miles an hour. For those that are still actively recruiting now, I think that there's a number of different things you can do. I think the first thing that recruiters tend to do is they hit the panic button. They hit the panic button and they potentially go into sell mode. They just think, if I just shout louder and talk faster and spray emails out to more people, then maybe that will work. I think there's a number of things that we need to try and just hold on to as much as we possibly can. So the first one is creating a niche market. So if you're working a niche, then that's fine. Don't see this as a reason to have to go out into 1,000 different markets. Staying niche is going to be key. So, if there are areas of your industry that are experiencing COVID boom, then by all means start pivoting or diversifying into those areas. But it doesn't mean you have to start thinking, oh God, I need to do finance, I need to do IT, and I need to do all these different sectors. Because actually, the bigger your market, the more you're going to be diluted within it. So the less effect you're going to have, and you'll be, running from pillar to post. So I think make sure you're sticking with your niche, and make sure that you're doubling up on your activity. So there aren't that many jobs around, and there aren't that many candidates around. Some industry sectors are still seeing high levels of volume. Some are seeing absolutely none. It's gone crashing through the floor. I don't think you can rely on your existing candidates and clients. I think probably, 1 in 10 companies are maybe recruiting at the minute. So if you had accounts previously that would give you repeat business, or candidates that would come back to you, then you probably can't rely on them. You've got to go out and you're going to have to proactively build more relationships with more people. So a proactive focus on business development, and also maybe where you might have sent a mailer with a decent candidate on it and got a few bites, that might not be working now. So I'd suggest identify your niche, identify 100 to 150 companies within that niche that you want to go after, that are existing companies, lapsed companies, and similar companies. And then identify at least 2 points of contact in each organization, and then look at a variety of methods of communication and then different messages. So I'm a huge fan of adding value. I think if you can add value and establish credibility, then not only are you building conversations with people who are going to buy from you when the market turns, but you're also selling in real time. I think, turning up to someone and saying, have you got any jobs? I mean, it never really worked in the first place. It's not going to work now. So you've got to think, what can I bring to these clients? What can I do that's going to add value to them now? So I think identify a niche, identify a number of target clients you want to go after, and then develop a really good proactive business development strategy. Same on the candidate side as well. Start using a multi-pronged attack to start building relationships and engaging with candidates who will move at some point in the future. And all that information that you're getting from candidates and clients whilst you're having these conversations is brilliant for then use in the other conversations that you're having. So it's leveraging information, but you're going to have to really increase the amount of business development and candidate generation activity that you're doing. And don't worry about bringing too much work in. I think recruiters don't do BD because they're like, oh, well, I've got these jobs to work on. Qualify your jobs ruthlessly. If it's not worth it, don't work on it. Use the urgency to recruit and the impact to the client of not recruiting as your leverage points to leverage speed and commitment. So now more than ever, I think we need to be closing for exclusivity. We need to be closing for retainers. We need to be providing solutions to clients on flexible payment options, on perm, for example. So have a number of different things that you can provide to them. So double up on your BD activity, but then qualify all the jobs that you bring in ruthlessly, and qualify all your candidates, definitely. Once you've done that, then you need to work really hard on controlling your pipeline. If your market's got hundreds of jobs in it and you're flooded with jobs, you're going to need to separate the wheat from the chaff. If actually you don't have any jobs at all and then one comes along, don't just think that one job is king and work it till your life, till you're dead. Make sure that you qualify it and control it. So coming up with a plan, I think, make a good plan, make a good strategy, and then track everything that you do. Track it with KPIs, so effort put in versus results out the other end. Keep an open loop there as well, so that every time you do something you can track whether it's worked, and if it's worked, great, carry on doing it. If it's not worked, look at why it's not worked and then change the way you're doing it. So track and measure, and track and measure.
Very good advice as always. Thank you so much, Jo, and we'll look forward to speaking to you again.
You're welcome.